Broncos versus Fort Meade Miners. My name is Mackenzie Calvin, and I am joined by Robert
Marciano.
Tonight first up is the JV's team. Robert, what are you looking for from our JV girls?
Well, after the preseason, I'm really excited to see what they can do in the regular season. We've got great talent here, and I'm really hoping to see some great performance here from our JV Broncos.
I'm really curious about what they're going to bring, and I'm hoping for a first opener home game win. Recently, it seems like every home game we play, we have not received a
Fort
win.
Meade wins the tip-off. And a wild pass goes out of bounds. Broncos going to take it up the court here. Pass to 14. 14 over to 25. It's going to be a turnover. Fast break here for Fort Meade. Low pass, and it's going to go out of bounds from number 25.
Number 25, Ava Pierce, throws the ball to number 2, Diamond Milan. Turnover to Fort Meyer. Little mix-up there. Again, out on number 25. It'll go to the Davenport Broncos. Stolen by the Fort Meade Miners.
First layup of the game is going to be a miss.
That's holding. That'll go to the Broncos. Number 25, Ava Pierce, will throw to number 2, Diamond Milan once again. Right back to Ava.
Diamond's going to not get the entire ball there. It's going to go out of bounds.
Number 3, Tamaria Thompson, will throw in once we return. Looks like there will be a timeout. 30-second timeout. Will throw to number 2, Diamond Milan once again. Right back to Ava.
Diamond's going to not get the entire ball there. It's going to go out of bounds.
Number 3, Tamaria Thompson.
Fort Meade appears to be the first ones back on the court after the timeout. Number 3, Tamaria Thompson is going to inbound it over to Sukenya Falk. Sukenya takes a 3 and hits it. Great shot from Sukenya.
Pierce throws in to Milan. Milan pass to Pierce.
Stolen by Fort Meade.
Zucchini misses that. And recovered by number...
Crystal Montero all alone. Good defense there, gets back on there.
Oh! And out of the goal. Fort Meade's going back.
Oh, and a
little
miscommunication.
Out of bounds. Pierce is going to throw in. Waited too long. That'll go to the Miners. A little too much power. Missed that. Pierce going down the court.
Great jump shot there. Pierce going to be the first points for her. Nice mid-range jump shot there.
Thompson going down for the Miners. Passes to Wilson. That was a miss. Pierce
McDowell
gets the
with
ball. Trying to make it down the court.
Over to 14. 14's going to lose the ball. It's going to be a Broncos turnover. It's going to be given to the Miners.
It's a sub.
Three's going to be off before Meade gets it back. And ripped once again by the Broncos.
Be a jump ball, and it goes to the Broncos. Another substitute for Broncos. Miners will substitute. Pierce passes to Marquez.
Double dribble called on Marquez. It appears that was going to be the first foul for the Broncos there. So Kenya Folk passes it.
And a miss.
Another rebound by Fort Meade.
Miss once again. Recovered by the Broncos. Taken by the Miners. Rebounded by the Broncos. Pass down court.
Pass to McDowell.
And that will be out on the Broncos. Once again, recovered by the Broncos. Taken by the Miners.
Going to be inbounded by Zukenya.
Rebounded by the Broncos.
Another steal from the Broncos. And stolen right back by the Miners. Passed in. A rebound by the Miners. She's in the paint. Another miss and another rebound. Can she hit a shot here? No, she can. It's
Rebounded by the Broncos. Pierce passes Marquez. And that will be out on the Miners.
Appears to be a call, and it's going to be the Broncos' ball.
Pierce is going to pass in. Passes it to Nicole Spencer. Foul on 25 for pushing.
Once again going to be inbounded by Ava Pierce.
Out on the Miners.
Ava Pierce inbounds it to number 13.
That'll be walking, traveling.
Yeah, something you've got to have as a team is communication and spacing in a sport like this. And when there's a miscommunication in spacing, then it would be a big problem trying to get the ball into the basket. For Minor,
Rebounded
another
by the
offensive
Miners.
rebound, and she hits it.
It's now 5-2 Miners in the lead.
20.
Pierce passes in to Marquez. And that is out on the Miners. Bronco ball.
Inbounding by Ava Pierce.
Pierce passes to Marquez. Miners recover the ball. That is out on the Miners. Black ball.
Ava Pierce inbounding it for the Broncos. Over to Marquez. Marquez draws the double team.
Picked up
Meade
by the
taking it down the
Miners.
court. Wild layup there. Oh, fast break here.
Pass to Montero. It will be white ball.
Good double team there from the Miners. Gonna push the ball out of bounds and draw themselves a turnover.
Black ball.
Oh, fast break here.
Substitution.
Ava Pierce inbounding. Bounces off McDowell there, and that's going to be a Bronco out of bounds. For Meade ball.
Tamaria Thompson throwing inbounds. Passes to Nadia Williams. Wilson.
Wilson top of the key.
Chooses Zakiah Phillips. Misses a shot. Rebounded by the Miners. Picked up by the Broncos.
Going in.
A little too much power on that one. Rebounded by the Broncos. And that will be a travel. White ball. Substitution for Fort Meade. Covered by the Broncos. Gonna be a jump ball. Fort Meade will have game possession. Substitution for the Broncos. Valerie Lopez will go in for
Tamaria Thompson inbounds it over to number 4. Top of the key, 3. Gonna be a miss. Right off the backboard and rebounded by the Broncos. And she's got a pass there, but she's not gonna take it. And it's gonna go out of bounds on the
that will
Broncos.
be out on Fort Meade. Bronco ball. Substitution for the Broncos. Pierce passing in. McDowell passes to Hoagland. Back to McDowell. Rebounded by Fort Meade. Taken back by the Broncos.
Oh, she's wide open mid-range. Gonna pass it back out. Over to number 11. And a
Bad
wild
shot
shot.
behind the goal. Fort Meade ball. Wilson will pass in to Thompson.
Thompson taking it down the court. 3, top of the key.
And a
Gonna
miss.
be off.
Rebounded by the Miners.
Nice shot.
That is 8-2. Pierce passes in to Awad. Back to Pierce. Back to Awad. 9 seconds on the clock. Back to Pierce.
Pierce loses it, but it's recovered.
Bad shot.
Back to Pierce, jump shot.
And a miss. That will be the end of the
First quarter.
first quarter. So what do we see from that first quarter?
Well, we definitely saw great scoring here from the Miners. Gonna outscore the Broncos by 6 points here. Lots of three-point shooting from the Miners as well. They've actually made more three-pointers than any mid-range shots. We had number 3, Tamaria Thompson with 3, and Zukenya Folk with 3 as well.
You know, I'm just, what are you hoping for these girls when they come back onto the court?
Well, I'm hoping that from the Broncos, they definitely have to meet the Miners in shooting to rack up those points required to get back into this game. And with the Miners, they got to keep in their lead, keep that great shooting. It's obvious when they get in the paint that it gets very chaotic for them to hold onto the ball. So taking it slowly and good pacing while keeping it behind the line would be.
I agree. Broncos are first back onto the court. Miners now back. And it will be the Bronco ball. For the second quarter, we have Ava Pierce, Julia Wad, Ariana Hoagland, Jada McDowell, and Valerie Lopez. And for the Miners, we have Tamaria Thompson. And that will be traveling for the Miners. We have Tamaria Thompson, Leah Dady, Nadia Wilson, and Zakiah Phillips.
Broncos in the paint there. Oh, it's going to be an air ball layup. Covered by number 20 for Fort Meade. Now Fort Meade. Ooh, great pass there, but it looks like it wasn't expected. Fort Meade still has it, though. She goes in the paint.
And a missed layup. Covered by the Miners. Up for the shot. Recovered by the Broncos. Taken back by the Miners. Pierce with the ball. Passes to Awad. Awad going down the court.
Great pass to
Pass
number
to
11.
Lopez. Missed the shot. Rebounded by the Miners. Down the court. Recovered by Pierce. Pierce passes to Awad. Covered by the Miners.
Get back on defense. Miners.
Missed layup. Back to Lopez. Hoagland's got the ball. McDowell's got the ball.
Wide open in the paint, and that's going to be another point for the Broncos. Number 15.
This is now 8-4. Wilson passes to Thompson.
Thompson top of the key to number 13.
Back to Wilson. Back to Thompson.
Thompson 3.
Missed the 3. Covered by Lopez. She got nowhere to go.
Steal from Fort Meade.
Missed shot. Covered by Pierce. Throws down to Awad. Awad pass to Lopez, and Lopez does not catch the ball. That will go to the Miners. Substitutions for the Broncos.
Thompson going to take it up the court here. Taking it slow. This is good to keep their lead up. She's going to take a 3 wide open, but that's going to be off.
Covered
by the
Broncos. Pierce passes. Sister going up the court. Pass back to Pierce, who passes it to
Montero takes the shot. She's going to get her own rebound after the miss. There's a call there.
That will be 2 shots for the Broncos.
Crystal Montero shooting 2 here. Makes the first. He's gonna miss the second.
Covered by the Miners. Pierce gets the ball. Passes up court. And that will be out on the Broncos.
Yeah, another great double team by Fort Meade. We see them relying on the double team, and it has been fairly useful for them. As once again, the Broncos not always looking up to get that deep pass that they need.
Air ball 3, recovered by the Broncos. Spencer going up court. Trying to get a break. Makes it. Goes up the middle. Tripped up by Thompson. Substitute for the Broncos.
The Broncos not always looking up to get that deep pass that they need.
Pierce passes. Hoagland gets it. Shoots.
Bounces off the rim for a miss.
Miners rebound.
Number 25 for the Miners taking it up the court. Takes the layup.
Miss. Recovered by the Broncos.
Sorry, jump shot.
Stolen by the Miners.
Great layup from number 4 for the Miners.
It's now 10-5. Pierce passing in. Passes to DeCosta. DeCosta pass to Montero. Missed the shot. Covered by Pierce. Missed shot. Recovered by the Miners. Taken back by Awad. Missed shot. And that will be out on the Miners. Bronco ball.
With that many offensive rebounds allowed, you've got to think that Fort Meade is happy that the Broncos could not land a shot there. They did get really lucky with that.
Substitute for the Broncos. It'll be Anna Ariane going in for Julia Watt. Missed by the Broncos. Covered by the Miners.
Oh no, number 3 all alone. He's gonna miss the layup. Another miss by Fort Meade. Like the entire team is in the paint there trying to fight for the ball, and the Broncos get it.
Miners take it right back. Broncos get it right back.
Number 4.
Missed shot. Kenya Folk passes to Tamara Thompson.
Tamara Thompson gonna be top of the key here. Pass number 4. 3. It's gonna be off.
Miss. And that is the end of the second quarter. Current score is 10-5. Miners in the lead. Robert, what are we thinking about this 5-point lead the Miners have on the Broncos?
Well, like I said, they definitely did follow the advice that or well, the thinking that I had in the last timeout that the Miners definitely are keeping their tempo up, slowing down the plays, definitely spacing out, and getting the shots that they need to keep their lead. And the Broncos just can't keep up.
I agree. I think that we've talked about this in volleyball. They need to find their own paces. Um, the Miners are going, fast, fast, fast. Broncos need to slow down, think about their next move, and then go. They don't need to be trying to match a speed that they're not comfortable with because that's going to result in them losing a game. So I'm hoping that after this, after they come out for the second half, they figured out, they know what they need to do, and they fix whatever issue is going on, and maybe that will result in them winning this game.
That is very true, and I think that the Broncos really do need to listen to the coaching advice that they have this timeout, as it appears there hasn't been much focus on making plays on the Broncos side of things. You've just kind of seen the spacing's a little rough. They take it and take some wild shots, and if they can get that down, they can easily make a comeback these next 2 quarters.
I agree. And with that, we will see you back here for the second quarter.
To listen to the coaching advice that they have this timeout, as it appears there hasn't been much focus on making plays on the Broncos
And we're back. The second quarter will start, or second half, correction, will start in just a moment. Right now, both teams are having like a final conversation with their coaches before they go back out to play. It looks like for the Miners, we'll have Tamaria Thompson, Nadiah Wilson, Camille Campbell, Zakinia Falk, and Leah Dady. For the Broncos, it looks like Ava Pierce, Crystal Montero, Jada McDowell, Michaela Jordan, and Diamond Milan. The ball will go to the Broncos at the start of the quarter. Pierce looking to throw it in, passes to Jordan, and that is back court. Got a little confused, went to the wrong goal. That's going to go to the Miners.
Now this is something that the JV Broncos are really having a problem with here. I mean, miscommunications and confusion, not always passing at the right times. I mean, they've got to get on that to close this lead.
They really do, and a mix-up like that early on is not a good look. Thompson passes to Wilson. Misses a three, rebounded by the Miners. Put back up and missed. That will be recovered by the Broncos. Pierce looking for a pass. Needing some help out there.
He's getting triple teamed.
Passes to Jordan. Jordan needs some help. And that's going to be white ball.
I believe that was a call for either a pushing foul or a travel. Either way, she needed some help down there, and the Broncos did not give it to her.
Nicole Spencer is going to sub in for Diamond Milan. Falk passes to Thompson. Passes to Wilson. Misses a three. Recovered by the Broncos. And that goes back to the Miners.
And that's going to be number 3, Miss Thompson out here inbounding it.
To Falk. Falk shoots, misses, covered by Pierce. Pierce pass to Jordan. Jordan's going down the court. Goes for a shot. Makes it. That is now 10-7.
And that is what you love to see here.
Falk passes to Thompson.
You love to see that confidence.
And that is a timeout for the Miners. Robert, what are you thinking so far of this second half?
Well, we started off a little rough for the Broncos here. I mean, a couple miscommunications that we could see, but there at the end, I mean, we saw some confidence. They dribbled in, hit a layup. When they had that confidence, when they had that drive and that power, they really got stuff done, and I want to see that for the rest of this half. Get really close.
Even after they made that mistake about which way they were going for the goal, they made that up, and they've able to fix it and gain some points, and so they are closing that gap. It is now gone from 5 to 3 points. Anyways, Folk passes to Thompson. Thompson's coming down the court. It's time for our Broncos defense to show itself. Wilkins passes to Thompson. Thompson shoots, misses a three. It's rebounded by the Miners. And that will be a jump ball. That'll be a substitution for the Miners. Jayla Bradley will go in for Leah Dady. It's going to be the Miners ball.
Inbounding.
Folk passes Thompson, shoots, misses, Pierce recovers, going down the court.
Mid-range.
shoots air balls, and that will go out on the Broncos. That's going to go to the Miners. Folk's going to pass to Thompson.
Thompson taking up the court to the top of the key. Passes it to number 21.
And that'll be traveling. That'll go back to the Broncos.
Pierce going to inbound it. And who's receiving the ball there?
And that'll go out. It looks like the Miner, looks like Wilson might have tipped it, so that's going to go to the Broncos. There's a substitution for the Broncos. Marquez will go in for Jordan. Pierce is now passing in, looks, passes it to Spencer.
Spencer.
Spencer going. And that will go to the Miners.
I believe that was a 3-second paint violation. They got to remember to stay out the paint. Can't stay in there for too long. That's going to be a Miner ball. Picking up the court is Thompson.
Marquez getting up. Pierce recovers it.
A great steal.
Marquez able to save that. Passes to Pierce. Shoots. Misses. Covered by the Miners. Cole Spencer steals it. Misses. Rebounded by the Broncos. Back to Pierce. Shoots. Barely misses. Taken by the Miners. And that will go out on the Miners. Bronco ball.
I mean, that was certainly a pass. Now we're actually seeing some miscommunications from the Miners. Bounced it off her head. Miss Pierce inbounding for the Broncos again.
Passes to Spencer. Passes to Pierce. To Marquez.
McDowell takes a shot and it's going to be off.
Covered by the Miners. Taken by the Broncos. Barely missed. Pierce saves it. Puts it up. It is now 10-9. Again, they are closing that gap with only a minute left here in the second quarter, or beginning of the second half. Spencer takes the ball, puts it up, misses, and that will go out on the Miners. Go back to the Broncos. 50 seconds left on the clock. Pierce is going to throw the ball in with just under 40 seconds left here. Passes to Marquez, puts it up, misses, and that's going to go out on the Broncos. That will be the Miners' ball. Falk's going to pass in. Falk's passes to Thompson. Thompson going down the court. Back to Falk. Marquez trying to get that ball.
For Meade takes a mid-range and makes it. Banks it in off the glass.
That'll be 9-12. Pierce passes to Spencer. Spencer going down, and that's the buzzer.
End of the third quarter there. And you can actually see the Broncos are gaining on the Miners. Just a 3-point difference.
You know, they're doing really great, and there's a little bit of a slip up there, but I am hoping that when they come back in, they're gonna, you know, fix it, and they're gonna come back and maybe have a shot at winning this. And if this is anything like if their coach is anything like Coach Ellis, then there's something about those magic timeouts, and maybe this is the timeout that they need. So when they come back out there, they have a shot at winning this.
I mean, we can definitely see just in the gym that although this is a JV game and not everybody here participating to watch these two games has arrived yet, it still does not phase these competitors. They're still giving it their all, going as hard as they can, and that's just something.
Pierce pass to Marquez. Marquez pass to Spencer. Little mishandle there.
Something we love to see from JV.
Marquez recovers the ball. And that's going to be traveling, as she had no help there to get up. So that is going to go to the Miners. And see, here we talked about already a mishap in the beginning of the quarter. And that could benefit negatively on the Broncos. Falk puts it up. That's a miss. And that's going to go out on the Miners' Bronco ball. Pierce going to throw inbounds. Pass to Marquez. Marquez takes it. Passes to Spencer. Goes to Pierce. Spencer recovers the ball. And that's going to be back court going to the Miners.
Now, if you remember, if the Broncos can play some good defense here, you can see this is a one-possession game. 1 3-pointer, and they've got themselves a tie game in the fourth quarter. You can really see that devotion in the Broncos here. Meade takes a mid-range.
Falk puts it up, misses it. Covered by Spencer. Spencer's going down the court.
Got that speed. Goes
Puts
for
it
a layup.
up. Too much power on that one. Bounced off the backboard.
Oh, no.
Covered by Phillips. She goes. Misses the shot. Recovered by Marquez. Passes it to Pierce. Pierce is going down. Marquez recovers the ball. Puts it up. Misses. Taken by the Broncos. Again, another miss.
So many misses and so many offensive rebounds. I mean, Fort Meade has really got to get their defense up.
Jump ball, and it is going to the Miners. Substitution for the Broncos. Marquez goes out, and Acosta will come in. Oh, correction, that will be a Bronco ball. Pierce is going to pass in. Okay, it is a white ball. Thompson's going to pass in. Passes to Falk. Spencer right on Falk. Falk goes up. Makes the shot. That's going to be 14-9. Pierce pass to Spencer. Spencer going down court. Passes to Pierce. Passes back to Spencer.
Spencer, wide three. She hits it. Banks it off the glass.
14-12. They're hurrying back down the court. Falk passes to Thompson. A lazy pass at that one. Back to Falk. Costa covering Falk. It is now 16-12. Pierce passes to Spencer. Spencer going down the court. Spencer pass to Pierce. And that's going to be a foul on the Miners. Pierce is now going to throw back inbounds. Pierce passed to Costa, but there was a little bit of a miss-up. Miners get the ball. Broncos trying to get it back. And that was a bad shot. That will go to the Broncos.
That layup was nowhere near the glass, but she understood that well. I don't think we're going to be seeing that against her. Pass to Hoagland. Oh, barely a miss. Covered by the Broncos.
Back to Spencer. Covered by the Broncos. By the Broncos once again. Spencer passed to Pierce. Pierce missed the shot. And that's going to go to the Broncos.
Just 2 minutes left on the clock. We've got a 4-point game in Fort Meade's favor. We got to see the Broncos take control of this game.
It's recovered by the Miners. Costa trying to get on Folk. And that's going to go out on the Broncos. Miners ball. Wilson going to sub in for Thompson. Wilson passing the ball in to Folk. Spencer right there on her. Back to Wilson. Costa right on there. And that's going to be black ball. Minute and 19 seconds left here in the game. Pierce is going to pass in to Spencer. Spencer carrying down the court.
Just 1 minute left. 4-point game. Spencer has the ball.
Pass to Pierce. And that's going to go to the Miners. Wilson passes in to Folk. Spencer staying on Folk the entire time. Spencer takes the ball, trip up. That's gonna be Bronco ball. 30 seconds left here on the clock. Pierce is gonna pass into Spencer. Spencer goes right down the middle, takes a shot, and a miss. Recovered by the Miners. Miners going back down. Folk passes. Misses shot. Spencer recovers the ball. Back to the Miners. That's a miss. Traveling. That's going to go to the Broncos. With 5 seconds left in the game, Pierce is going to. That's going to be a timeout for the Broncos.
It's a well-placed timeout here for the Broncos. I mean, we've got to see some sort of miracle to hit a 3 and draw the foul. That's the only thing that could get them a tie here. 4-point game. They've only got about one good possession with these 5.5 seconds.
They're really going to have to make this count. They're going to have to make this shot and then right around, get the ball back right again to tie the game. And then hopefully get a shot again, or we go into overtime. And I'm really hoping they can do this. But if not, we do know that they have fought, and this will be a close game, and they have tried their hardest all night. We're going to resume where we left off with Pierce passing in to Spencer with only 5 seconds left in the game. Spencer's hurrying down the court, needing some help here, and that's the buzzer. Fort Meade wins 16-12.
Solid win from Fort Meade, keeping the lead from the get-go here and never wavering.
As the teams line up to congratulate each other and show their respect, what are you looking forward to in tonight's varsity game? Our Broncos are currently 1-1, whereas the Miners are 0-2. What are you hoping to come out of this game?
Well, for our varsity girls, I really do want to see them pick up this intensity. I mean, as we said at the beginning of this broadcast, no season opener as a home game has been a victory for any of our programs. And if they can change that, that would definitely solidify them in the school and in the history of these programs. And that's got to be weighing on them as this game is getting ready to start.
I completely agree. So everyone, please stick around. And just a little bit, we will be back with the Davenport Bronco varsity girls basketball versus the Fort Meade varsity girls basketball.
Good evening, listeners, and this is the varsity girls basketball game between the Davenport High School Broncos and the Fort Meade Miners. We got about a few, maybe a minute or two before the game gets started here, and after that last JV game, it was a good showing, but unfortunately the Broncos had lost to the JV Miners, and it was a good win for the Miners, and you're going to want to hear from the Miners, the varsity Miners, that they're definitely going to want to keep that winning up for their school. And the Broncos are definitely going to want to get a win here on the home court. As we see the jump ball beginning to start here, it looks as if we have, for the Miners, we've got number 4, Mia Cabrera on the court, and I apologize.
Miners won the jump. Christian, Broncos won the jump ball. That's going to be two free shots. For Britain. Make the first one. That'll be the first points in the varsity game. Missed a second. Recovered by the Miners.
And here for this game, we got the Miners in black and the Broncos in white. Steal by the Broncos. She's going to take it on a fast break.
And that'll be out on the Miners. That's going to go to the Broncos. Jocelyn Huddleston going to throw in for the Broncos. Pass to Britton. Passes to Million.
Still top of the key here is the Broncos with
Passes
the ball.
to Cortez.
Pass it in
Miners get the ball. Britton trying to fight for it back, but the Miners came out on top.
Passes it to the left wing, goes inside the paint, and it's going to miss the layup. Great block from the Broncos there. Broncos taking up the court, going past the right wing.
Jump ball. Substitution for the Miners. Miners get the ball. Britton trying to fight for it back, but Miners came out on top. It's going to go to the Broncos. Correction, that's going to go to the Miners. Covered by the Broncos.
Great positioning there by the Broncos to get that steal. Top of the key now, number 15. Steal by the Miners.
And it's going to be recovered by the Broncos. Pass to Huddleston. Whistle is blown.
Looks like she's going to draw the reach and foul there. And that's going to be Broncos ball.
Covered by the Broncos. Cortez going to pass in to Million.
Steal by the Miners.
Pass to Huddleston.
Back
To Cortez. Back to Huddleston. To Million. To Huddleston. Back to Cortez. And that's going to be out. Oh, nope. Recovered by Britton.
Great hustle by the Miners to keep that from going out.
Huddleston. Missed a 3. Put up by Britton. That's going to be 3-0.
Using her size to her advantage. That height over the opposition is definitely going to give her leeway in the paint there. Great play by the Broncos.
And that's going to be out. Oh, nope. Recovered by Britton. Big hustle by the Miners to keep that from going out. Huddleston.
23.
Missed a 3.
Wide open 3, but it's going to be off.
That's going to be going to be a foul against the Broncos. 2 shots for Janiah Baker.
It's 3-0 in the Broncos' favor.
Missed the first one.
They missed both of them there. The Miners do recover the ball. Pass out left wing. Great pocket pass. Miners keep the ball, but she's under the basket.
And
Out on the
that's going to
Broncos.
go out on the Broncos. It's going to be a jump ball. Goes to the Broncos. Million passes to Huddleston. Passes to Britton. Back to Cortez. Shoots. Misses, and it's recovered by the Miners.
Bringing it fast and powerfully through the paint, but the layup's going to be off. Rebound by the Broncos. They're going to take it up the court now. Fast break here. Cortez.
Misses the layup. Covered by the Miners.
Miners still with the ball. Well, Miners going to lose the ball in the
Britton's
paint.
recovered the ball. Pass up court to Cortez.
Oh,
And that's
block.
going to be out on the Miners. It's going to go to the Broncos.
Great block by Miss Smith.
Number 20, Liani Martinez is going to step in for Jocelyn Holston. Pass to Million. Hands off to Cortez.
Cortez 3.
Misses. Covered by the Miners. And that's out on the Miners. Just a little bit over the line. So Martinez is going to pass the ball in. That will be a substitute for the Miners.
You've got to watch your feet when you're under the basket. Things like that can make a world of difference on that scoreboard.
Million pass to Cortez.
Another
Cortez
three.
shoots. Misses. Covered by the Miners.
Miners going to slow down the play here. She's wide open, but the mid-range is not going to hit.
Million
Broncos
recovers
get
the ball. Back to a Million. Million gets the ball again. To Cortez. Misses a 3. Covered by the Miners. Million recovers the ball. Back to a Million. And that's going to be a foul on the Miners.
Score's going to stay relatively consistent throughout this first quarter here. The Broncos keeping a 3-0 lead. That's actually going to be a timeout here.
Be a timeout for the Miners. 30 seconds. When the game starts back, it looks like it's going to be Jocelyn Huddleston, Cassandra Cortez, Lori Cruz, Aja Sanchez, Soraya Million, and Liani Martinez. And for the Miners, we have Brett Smith, Jakia Falk, Francisca Asfado, Janiyah Baker, Joe Kunberger, and looks like Cortez will have the ball. Passes it to Emilion. Missed three, recovered by the Miners. It's going to be a foul on Broncos. Goes to the Miners. Um, 3 minutes and 40 seconds here in the first quarter. And that's going to go to the Miners.
The Miners ball there after that nice block by the Broncos.
Number 4, Mia Cabrera, going to substitute for Joe Kunberger. Maya Baker passing in. Again, going to go to the Miners. And this is going to be a miss. Rebounded by the Broncos. Million gets the ball. Going down court. Pass to Cortez.
Martinez, top of the key, back to Cortez.
Mishap by Sanchez. Miners go down the court. Missed the shot. Recovered by the Broncos. Million going down the court.
Broncos.
And that'll be a point for Broncos. It is now 5-0, 2 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Great footwork from the Broncos. That's going to get them 5-0 now. Miners still not drawing any blood here.
Covered by the Broncos. Passed up court to Cortez. Pass to Emilion. Pass to Martinez. Back to Emilion. Lusowich power. Miners recover. Miners going down the court. And that's going to go out on the Miners Bronco ball. Substitutes coming in for both teams.
The Miners are rethinking the strategy on the court here. You can see some communication. They've got to get a point, not a point. They need to get their points up and tie this game.
Million coming down the court. Pass to Smith. To Sanchez. Sanchez shoots. And that's going to be 7-0. A minute and 40 seconds here left.
I said earlier, you've got to love when people can use their size, their power to their advantage to get easy points like that. And that was an example of one of them. Sanchez with a nice layup in the paint. Now the Miners are going to miss.
Going to go to the Miners. Some great defense by Jalea Smith, sorry. Number 13, Jariah Baker, going to throw in bounds. And that's a 3 for the Miners. It is now 7-3, a minute and 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Million pass to Huddleston, back to Million, to Smith. Covered by the Miners, going down court.
Can they keep this momentum going?
And That's going to be a foul against Emilion.
Miners, and now 7-3, a minute and 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Million pass to Huddleston, back to Million, to Smith. Covered by the Miners, going down court.
White ball. Huddleston passes into Emilion. 40-some seconds left on the clock. Pass to Huddleston. Pass back to Emilion. Back to Huddleston.
Still top of the key here. Need to get a shot off.
To Smith. Covered by Pierre. Covered by Smith. 22 seconds left. And that's going to be a foul against Miners.
Steal after steal there.
Huddleston going to throw in bounds. 20 seconds left on the clock. It is still 7-5. Broncos in the lead. Pass to Emilion. And that's going to go out on the Broncos. And that's going to be Miners' ball. 16 seconds here on the clock.
Baker inbounding for the Miners.
Passes it to Smith. Back to Baker. Back to Smith. And that's going to tie the game. 7-7 with the clock running out. Smith trying to make it and did not. So, Robert, what have we saw so far here in the first quarter?
Well, you definitely saw the Broncos taking the lead early, but as the game went on, you really saw the Miners get set in their rhythm and brought the game to a tie. The Broncos kind of laying off on the gas, and the Miners going full force to tie the game.
What are you hoping for as we come back into this second quarter?
Well, I'm really hoping to see the Broncos get back on that pedal, get back on those communications, on those plays to get that lead back. And for the Miners, they need to keep this full force, this confident playing that they're having late in that first quarter and keep it throughout the rest of the game to get that win.
I would 100% agree. So when we come back, we will be starting the second quarter for, we are starting the second quarter. Both teams are finishing up, and so it looks like the second quarter is about to begin.
Miners going to be the first one on the court. So when we come back, we will be starting the second quarter for, we are starting the second quarter. Both teams are finishing up. Miners ball to start the quarter.
Pass into Mia Cabrera. Right to Baker. To Kunberger. Back to Cabrera. And taken by Emilion. Goes up for a layup. Goes over the goal. Recovered by the Miners. And that's a missed shot. Recovered by Pierre. And that's going to go to the Miners. Goes up for a layup. Baker going to throw in bounds. Over the goal, recovered by the Pass to Smith. Misses shot, recovered by Pierre. To Huddleston. To Emilion. To Cortez. Back to Emilion. Back to Huddleston. To Pierre. Back to Emilion. Back to Cortez. And that's going to be a 3.
Lots of great passing and the assist by Emilion.
Correction, that was a 2 point, so it is now 9-7. And that's going to go right back to the Broncos. To Emilion. To Cortez. Back to Emilion. That's a foul against the Miners. Huddleston going to throw back inbounds. Pass to Cortez, stolen by the Miners.
The Miners all alone in the paint.
And going to be a jump ball. Cortez came out of nowhere to keep that ball from scoring.
You'd love to see Cortez's defense here. I mean, we've seen her like 2 blocks already, and that was a nice tip to stop that point there. Love to see that.
Substitution for the Miners.
That was an offensive rebound for the Miners and a foul. I'm shooting 2 here.
Looks like it's going to be a foul on Broncos. Baker's going to get 2 shots. First shots make it is now 9-8. Lining up for that second shot. Did not make it. Recovered by Pierre. Pass to Huddleston. Going down the court. Pass to Cortez. Right to Emilion. Back to Huddleston. To Britton. Back to Huddleston. Back to Emilion. Right back to Cortez. And that's going to be out on the Miners. Bronco ball.
Miners could have gotten the rebound there, but it appears 13 and 10 couldn't decide who was going to get the rebound there.
Huddleston throws to Cortez. Little too far. Going to go out and be the Miners ball. Back to Huddleston. To Britton. Back to Huddleston. Back to Emilion. Baker going to pass to Smith. Smith goes to Baker. Baker shoots, misses, converter with a rebound. That's walking, and that's going to go to the Broncos. Huddleston passing in to Emilion.
Emilion got to slow the play down here, taking up to the top of the key.
To Cortez, back to Emilion. To Huddleston, right to Pierre. And that's going to be traveling. Going to go to the Miners. Going to be a jump ball, goes to the Broncos. Huddleston going to throw inbounds. To Emilion. Emilion goes to Cortez. Back to Emilion. Back to Cortez. Cortez shoots. Gonna miss. Goes out on the Broncos. That will be the Miners ball.
Saw the ball handling skills from Emilion there. Unfortunate that the Broncos couldn't capitalize with a point, but you've got to love that focus. Definitely skillful handling there.
And that brings game 10-9. Miners in the lead by 1 point. Huddleston passes in to Emilion. Emilion pass to Cortez, back to Emilion. To Huddleston, back to Emilion. To Cortez. Cortez goes for the 3, misses, recovered by the Miners. Passes to Cortez, but it was traveling. That's going to go to the Miners. Substitution for the Broncos. It's going to be Leani Martinez for Cortez.
4 minutes left in the second quarter.
Martinez gets the ball. Traveling, goes to the Miners. Smith's pass. Baker Smith passes Smith. Britton recovers it. Goes to Huddleston. Passes Sanchez. Passes to Martinez. Passes to Emilion. It's going to be a jump ball. No. Going to be holding against Broncos. It's going to be the Miners' ball.
Something consistent with both the JV and varsity team for the Miners is they definitely know how to use the double team to draw a steal.
Smith pass back to Baker. Going to be a missed 3. Another bad shot. Covered by Britton. To Huddleston. Huddleston pass to Emilion. Pass to Martinez, who goes for the 3. Misses. Covered by Huddleston. Pass to Emilion. Going in. To Martinez. Goes for another 3. Makes it. That is now 11. Not a it's 11 to 10. Not a 3. That was a 2. Not bad. Berger goes for the 3. Misses. Emilion recovers it.
Broncos.
Going in. Past Huddleston. A little too much on that. Come off the backboard. And that's going to be out on the Miners. Broncos get the ball. Huddleston going to throw in. Substitutions for both Broncos and the Miners. Pierre comes in for Sanchez. 2 minutes and 57 seconds left here in the second quarter. Huddleston passes in to Emilion. Pass to Martinez. To Emilion. Huddleston to Britton. It's going to go to the Miners. Miners coming down court.
Smith with the ball.
And that is 12 to 11. Emilion coming down the court.
Solid layup there from the Miners.
To Martinez, to Huddleston.
Gonna get them 1 point over the Broncos.
To Emilion. And that is 13 to 12. 2 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Broncos,
Smith coming down the court.
Broncos took the lead right back.
Missed shot. Covered by Huddleston. Emilion wasn't able to get that. Goes back to the Miners. Goes up for and that is 14 to 13.
Great pass from Smith. Great
And
assist.
a perfect timeout called by coach for the Davenport. What are we looking for after this timeout, Robert?
Well, we definitely are seeing in this second quarter that it's a back and forth battle. Every point gets the respective team 1 point over the other, and it keeps alternating. We can definitely see that both teams follow the idea of stepping on that gas, putting it to the floor, and just steaming through this game. And because of that, it's a very close game. We can see here the Miners definitely getting their passing game up, and the Broncos are shooting very well. It's a back and forth battle for sure.
I completely agree. And as they come out, I hope they try to get their lead back. You know, they started out with 3-0, and they continued that for the majority of the time, and now it's come back where they are 1 point behind the Miners. The game should start back with Broncos with the ball. And it looks like Emilion's going to pass into Cortez. Cortez coming down the court. Pass to Smith. Pass back to Cortez. Pass over to Emilion. Pass back to Cortez. Back to Emilion. To Lori Cruz. Back to Emilion. A little too much force on that one. Recovered by the Miners. And that's out on the Miners. Bronco ball. Cortez going to throw in for Emilion. Pass to Cortez. Back to Emilion. To Smith. To Pierre.
Time winding down for the quarter.
Gonna go back to the Broncos after that save by Lori Cruz. But then Smith wasn't able to keep that ball, and that's out on the Broncos. Miners throw. Out on the Miners.
More great defense from Cortez here. Love to see the consistency.
Cortez throws inbounds to Emilion. Pass Smith, pass Pierre. And it's going to be a foul against Miners. Emilion going to pass in. Pass to Cortez. Throws right back to Emilion. Pass back to Cortez. Takes the shot. Misses the three. Covered by the Miners. 26 seconds left. Miners make it 16-13.
Amazing
Cortez throws
outlet
into
pass.
Emilion.
Love to see long distance passes from the Miners.
Back to Emilion. To Cortez. And that's going to tie the game up 16-16. And that is the end of the first half.
I mean, what a wonderful shot to close off that intense first half. We saw great defense from Cortez, great shooting from the Broncos as an ensemble here. I mean, the team is definitely working in unison. And as for the Miners, we're seeing lots of great passes, long distance, short. I mean, we're seeing a lot of great things from both teams, and a tie game here for the first half is definitely goes to show that this next half is going to be very intense and very exciting.
I agree, and I'm super excited for the second half. But for now, we will see you when we come back to the second half of the game.
Stay tuned.
and you'll go take the lead.
Gotcha. All right. Good evening, listeners. And as we get ready for the second half, few seconds till we start this next half. 16-16 tie game after an intense first half. We're gonna really want to see some. We're gonna really want to see some momentum and effort here in the second half, and I think we're gonna see it. You can already see the two teams, the Davenport High School Broncos and the Fort Meade Miners, already getting riled up and on the court. Jump ball gonna start here in a few seconds. Sorry, Miners are actually gonna inbound it, not a jump ball. Appears to be some confusion on the court with the ref. But no, number 13, Miss Baker, is going to inbound it for the Miners.
A lot of confusion from both games about what side they go on this for this half of the game.
All right, they do inbound the ball. See Miss Smith passing it over. Maybe a miss for the Miners.
And that's out for the Miners. Bronco ball. Huddleston gonna pass in to Emilion.
Emilion with the ball, slowing down the play.
To Huddleston, to Cortez. And that's gonna be 19-16.
Like we saw in that first half, great shooting from the Broncos. It's not going to stop anytime soon.
And that's out on the Miners. Little miscommunication. Going to the Broncos. Huddleston going to throw into Emilion.
Emilion with the ball, half court.
To Cortez. Rebounded by the Miners. And that was out of the goal. Cortez throws down to Emilion.
Big tumble there. Emilion appears to be unfazed though.
Bronco ball. Huddleston's gonna throw in.
Inbounds to Cortez.
Back to Huddleston, to Emilion. To Smith. Back to Emilion, to Cortez.
Cortez wide open. Gonna airball the three though.
Covered by the Miners. Miners going down the court. Stolen by Smith. To Cortez. Back to Huddleston. Over to Emilion. Back to Emilion. To Cortez. Down to Huddleston. Back to Cortez. Then to Emilion. One more time to Cortez.
What's a great passing here for the Broncos.
Emilion.
Oh!
Cortez.
Wonderful play there from the Broncos.
That's 22-16.
Absolutely stellar play. We saw Emilion with great ball handling and Cortez with a great shot.
And that's going to be 18-22. Huddleston to Emilion.
Miners just matched the shot. That's going to have 22 points for the Broncos and 18 for the
Down
Miners.
to Smith. To Cortez. To Hiddleston. To Emilion. Back to Smith. To Emilion. And that's 24-16. Miners throw in. Emilion on the defense.
Another great shot for the Broncos. Matched with another great shot from the Miners.
24 to 20. Million pass into Huddleston. Pass over to Million. Down to Smith. Back to Million. To Cortez. That's going to be 26-20.
Beautiful shots here in the second half.
Stolen by Pierre. Back to the Miners.
Another big fall for Emilion.
It's going to be a foul on the Miners.
The shooting from these girls in the second half is unmatched. But the Broncos are up 6.
Taken by Smith. Going down the court. Pass over to Emilion. Back to Smith. That's going to be back court. Little miscommunication between Cortez and Huddleston there. Miners coming down the court. Huddleston with the ball. Smith makes the shot, but it's not going to count.
Hard foul on Huddleston there. Nearly got the and one, but did not go in. She still has 2 shots here, though. If she can make these, it will place the Broncos at a great 8-point lead in the third quarter.
Huddleston getting ready for her first shot. It's going to be a miss. Getting ready for her second shot. And that's going to be a make. It is now 27 to 20. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. Miners coming down the court. That's going to be a foul against the Broncos.
Reach in by Cortez. Great defense, but she got a little greedy going for the steal.
Timeout on the Miners. Be a 30-second timeout. Been an interesting game so far.
I mean, it is definitely holding true what we thought at the end of the first half, that this game would not stop in intensity, and boy, were we right. Seeing great shooting, great ball handling skills, and even better defense from both these teams. But the Broncos appear to be getting away from the Miners, and the Miners are going to have to put a stop to that if they want any chance winning this game in the fourth quarter.
100%. Yeah, I'm just waiting to see what happens when both teams come back on the court. See how the Miners handle this lead, and see how the Broncos handle this lead as well. Are they, going to let it go to their heads, or are they going to keep playing like they have been and come out on top?
I mean, that really is a good question. We saw in the first half, as soon as the Broncos let off that gas, the Miners came in and took their first lead of the game.
And that's going to be it.
Another block by Cortez. She may be getting to double digits with these. Great defense from her.
Going to go to the Miners. Oh, it's going to be a two shots for Kunberger. Lining up for the first shot. And it's going to make it. It's now 21. Getting ready for the second shot.
Can she bring it to a 5-point lead?
And that is recovered. It's going to be a jump ball. Going to the Broncos. Substitution for both Broncos and Miners. Pierre coming out, Britton coming in. And then Davidson coming out and Kunberger coming. Davidson going in, Kunberger coming out for the Miners. Million going down the court, past to Cortez. Back to Million. To Cortez. To Huddleston. Stolen by the Miners. Taken by Smith, and that's going to go out. It's going to be the Miners' ball. Baker pass in to Cabrera. Pass in back to Baker. To Huddleston.
Miners saved it, but Broncos going to take it up the court now.
To Cortez. Huddleston. To Emilion.
Emilion tried to get the shot off, but it did not go in.
Rebound by the Miners. And that's going to be out on the Miners. Bronco ball. Half substitution for the Broncos. It's going to be Martinez in for Huddleston. And then it looks like we have an entire new set of players for the Miners. Leon coming down the court after a pass by Smith. Looking for Cortez. To Martinez.
Great hustle from Cortez to secure the ball. Still going to be a Broncos ball, I believe. No, it's actually a Miners ball.
Million trying to get that ball back. Million does get the ball back. Bad shot. Recovered by Million. To Martinez. And that's going to be a jump ball.
See the Broncos here taking a few more contested shots than they should, and it's costing them pretty good plays. And we need to see some change of that. Taking better shots would definitely help them.
It's going to be another jump ball. And it's still going to go to the Miners. Kunberger going to throw in to Carlton. Oh, Davidson. Something going to be called on the Miners. One of the players has a piece of jewelry on.
That was something that could be very potentially dangerous for some of these players. Good thing the ref caught that before it became a problem.
Million takes the ball. Carlton gets it. Back to Million. That's going to be a foul.
Tug of war for the ball
25.
there. Miners, then Broncos, then back to the Miners.
Huddleston gonna pass it to Million. To Cortez. He's gonna make the three. That is now 30 to 21. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Hunberger, Carlton.
You see that wonderful shooting and wonderful defense from the Broncos.
To Davidson. To Arslado. Smith stole the ball. To Million. Overshot it. And that's going to be out on the Miners. Bronco ball.
9-point lead for the Broncos. That might be the biggest lead of the game so far.
And again, a new substitution for the Miners. Huddleston throws in. Looking for Cortez. Looking for Huddleston. Recovered by the Miners. Taken by Huddleston. To Million. To Huddleston. To Cortez. Covered by the Miners.
Baker slowly taking it up the court.
To Smith. Back to Baker. Taken by Huddleston.
Another block.
Be a jump ball.
Another block by the Broncos. Great defense
to the Broncos. Huddleston throwing in to Million.
About a minute left in the third quarter.
Huddleston to Cortez. Misses the three. Recovered by the Miners. And that's going to go back to the Broncos as one of the Miners stepped out of bounds. About 47 seconds left here. It is still 30 to 21. Huddleston going to throw the ball inbounds.
They're not letting this large lead get to their heads. The Broncos still not letting up on defense or offense.
To Cortez. Covered by the Miners. And now it is 30 to 23. 30 seconds on the clock. Martinez throws in to Cortez. Pass to Huddleston.
About 20 seconds left on the clock here.
To Smith. Covered by the Miners. And that's out on the Miners. Bronco ball. 5 seconds on the clock. Martinez throws to Smith. Goes on the court. Stolen by the Miners. And it's going to be a miss.
Buzzer beater block there from.
It is now 30-23. Broncos are still in the lead by 7 points. And we're about to start the fourth and final quarter. And we're back. Both teams are taking the court, ready for this fourth and final quarter. And this is going to be, we're going to start off with a Bronco ball. Correction, it's going to be the Miners ball. Baker's pass to Smith. Pass back to Baker. Goes up for a layup. Recovered by Pierre. Jump ball going to the Broncos. Huddleston throwing in to Emilion. Down to Cortez. To Pierre. Rebounded by Martinez. And that's going to be out on the Broncos. Minor ball. Jump ball goes to the Miners.
Baker going to inbound the ball now.
Be a foul against Cortez.
Baker again going to inbound for the Miners. Cabrera.
And that's going to be out on the Broncos. Baker going to throw the ball inbound. Bad shot. Rebounded by the Miners. Another rebound by the Miners. Another rebound by the Miners. It is now 30 to 25. Pass to Emilion.
Great rebounding there by the Miners. And then a foul called on the Miners when they got back on defense.
Huddleston going to throw the ball inbounds. Pass to Emilion. To Huddleston. Too much power on that one. Recovered by the Miners. And that's traveling on the Miners. Substitution for the Miners. Huddleston going to throw the ball inbounds. Correction, Cortez going to throw the ball inbounds. To Huddleston. To Emilion.
Broncos have not scored since that last quarter.
Covered by the Miners. Stolen by Emilion. And that's out on the Miners.
Emilion with some great ball handling, causing the opposition to stumble, but did not get the shot off.
Huddleston past Cortez. Martinez. Miners get the ball. And that's out on the Miners. Bronco ball.
Smith going to inbound for the Broncos.
Emilion taking her time down the court.
Another good crossover by Emilion.
That's going to be a timeout by Coach Bretherick. Again, it is 30 to 25 with Broncos with a 5-point lead here in the fourth quarter. There's 6 minutes left. And Coach Bretherick has just called a timeout for the Broncos.
Definitely seeing some great playing from both these teams, but the Broncos have not been able to score since the third quarter. If they are going to keep this lead for the next 6 minutes, they've got to score a few more shots to stretch out that lead a little bigger. For now, it's just a
teams are back on the
game.
court. Smith throws into Cortez, and that's going to be a foul against the Miners. Smith's going to throw the ball back in to Cortez. Pass to Huddleston. That's going to be a jump ball. And I believe it's going to go to the Broncos. Smith throws in. Pass to Huddleston. Went a little too far. Million recovers it. Back to Smith. And that's going to be a foul against the Miners.
Lots of contact there. Smith going for the layup. It's obvious that there should be a foul called there.
Smith's going to throw the ball back in bounds. 5 minutes, 57 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Million. Pass to Cortez. Pass to Smith. It didn't go anywhere. Now it's going to be a jump ball. Going to the Miners. Smith coming down the court. And that's going to be out on the Miners. Bronco ball.
.5:39 left on the clock in the fourth quarter.
Smith going to throw the ball in bounds. To Million. And that's going to be a foul on the Miners. It's going to be a shot for Million. Misses the shot. Smith rebounds. Miners steal the ball.
Cabrera with the ball.
It is now 30-27. 5 minutes left here in the fourth final quarter. Million gets the ball. Martinez puts the ball up. 32-27. Rare come down to the court. Taken by Britton. Passes it. Miners get it. And that's going to be a foul on Smith.
I think that was the foul and the shot. Great pump fake.
Baker's going to get shots off that one.
Just
don't dive over people's head. That's something you should know about basketball.
Very true.
Martinez is going to come out for Huddleston.
She can make this and one. It will be a 2-point game for the Miners. Actually going to miss
And
the
that's
shot.
going to be out on the Miners. Bronco ball. Huddleston going to throw the ball in to Million.
So ball
Million
dribbling
going
by
down the court.
Million and a great pick from Huddleston.
Got it to Smith. That's 34-29.
Incredible play from Emilion. Great playmaking skills there.
Subs coming in for the Broncos. Britton going out, Sanchez coming in. Miners throwing the ball inbounds. Miners with the rebound, and that's going to be out on Sanchez. Miners ball. Rebound by, Smith gets the ball. And that's going to be a foul on Miners. Smith's going to get a shot.
Again, the score is 34-29 with 3:43 left on the clock.
Smith missed it. Sanchez rebounds. Pass down to Million. Goes to Sanchez.
Posting up.
Rebound by the
Second hit,
Miners.
though.
Miners going down court.
Miners have got to score. Takes three.
It's a miss. Rebound by the Miners. And that's gonna.
There's going to be an up and down call on the Miners.
Smith gonna throw the ball inbounds. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Million gets the ball, taking her time, down court. To Cortez, back to Million, to Edgerson, Huddleston, throws to Smith, Miners rebound.
Some emotions being shown by the Miners here. And the referee's going to have to talk to Baker.
Smith coming out, Martinez going in. Broncos playing hard defense here. And that's going to be a foul against the Broncos. A missed shot.
Is going to be off.
Okay, one more shot. And they're going to make that, making it 34 to 30. 2 minutes, 33 seconds here on the clock. And that's going to get another shot. Britton comes in, Sanchez comes out. Missed the shot, recovered by the Miners. That is now 32 to 34. 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. Cortez gets the ball going down court. Pass to Huddleston. Huddleston's going to get 2 shots. 2 minutes and 11 seconds here. Yet it is 34 to 32 in Davenport with the lead here in the final quarter.
There are 2 very pivotal shots in this game. Late in the fourth quarter, such a close game. Hitting these shots would definitely hinder the momentum of the opposition.
Miss on the first shot. Rebounded by the Miners. Miners going up court. That's gonna be a foul.
Smith is quite efficient at drawing the fouls. Very helpful this late in the game for the Miners.
Gonna get a free shot here. Made the first one. It's now 34 to 33. 2 minutes on the clock. Missed the first one. Or missed the next one. But I believe someone might have stepped across the line. Get another. She's gonna get another shot.
Tied the game.
And that is it. The game is tied. 34 to 34. Huddleston passes Smith. Smith going down the court. Miners rebound. And that's going to be traveling Bronco ball. Huddleston going to throw inbounds. Down to Cortez. Almost went backcourt there. Down to Million. To Huddleston. Down to Smith. Over to Britton. Goes to Cortez. And that's out on the Broncos.
Those have to be gut-wrenching calls this late in the game. They needed that play.
And it's going to be a timeout for the Broncos. It's 34 to 34, 1 minute and 34 seconds on the clock. Here in the fourth and final quarter. Broncos back on the court. Miners back on the court. Still the Miners ball. Baker gonna throw the ball in bounds. Huddleston steals the ball. It's gonna be traveling. Goes back to the Miners. To Cabrera. Cortez. Gonna be a jump ball. Goes to the Broncos. Huddleston gonna throw in. Huddleston throws the ball in. Down to Cortez. Passes back to Huddleston. Over to Emilion. Cortez.
She hits it!
37 to 34. Miners going up court.
Just 1 point difference in this game.
37 to 36. A minute left on the clock. Huddleston has the ball.
Broncos taking down the court. This is a very important play.
Passes to Cortez.
Cortez with the ball.
Back to Huddleston. Down to Emilion. And that's going to result in 3 points for 2 free points for Emilion. It is 37 to 36, 44 seconds on the clock in the fourth and final corner here.
This is where we can see for Emilion, these are the most clutch shots in this game yet. With under a minute left, if she can hit these 2 shots, it will be a 3-point game. We're going to see the mentality that Emilion has just here in a second.
Substitution for the Miners. Emilion gets the ball. First shot's no good. Setting up for her second and final shot.
MVP chance. She hits it!
It is 38 to 36, 44 seconds on the clock. Miners going up court. Smith steals the ball. And that's going to be a foul. 2 free shots.
Beautiful steal in such a close game. Broncos up by 2. She hits these 2 shots, this game is over.
And it looks like number 13, Shania Baker, has been fouled out of the game. Leah Smith missed the first shot. Lining up for her second shot. It's a miss as well. That's out on the Broncos. Miners ball.
There's got to be painful misses. Two very important and clutch shots, and she could not get them off, but they're still up by 2. They can keep this for 30 more seconds. They've got this game in the bag.
Myers going up court. Cortez steals the ball. Missed the shot. Smith rebounds.
To close them out. A miss. Another rebound.
Million rebounds. And that's a foul. 23. Million getting 2 free shots.
Incredible defense from the Broncos.
Missed the first shot. Getting ready for her second shot.
To stretch it to a 3-point lead. She hits it!
Shot. It is now 39-36. Miners gonna take the ball.
They've got to hit a 3 to tie the game. It gets blocked. Broncos have the ball.
And that's it. The game is over. It is a 39-36 game. Broncos win. Your final score is Broncos 39 and Miners 36. Your executive producers are Broncos Broadcasting Network, John Shigaris, Alan Duget, Mel Gables, and James Rose. For Robert Masciano, I'm Mackenzie Cabin. Have a great night. Oh, actually we have one final shot from Emilion.
Game is over, but they get a chance to extend it to 40 points. And that is it. They have done it. For the first time in Broncos history, the female varsity basketball team has won their season opener home game.
This will be the first opener game to be won here at Davenport High School for any Broncos sport. So miss on the second one. So your final score is Broncos 40 and Miners 36. Your executive producers for Broncos Broadcasting Network are John Shigaris, Alan Duget, Mel Gables, and James Rose. For Robert Masciano, I'm Mackenzie Cabin. Have a great night.